Hello again, everyone. Let's briefly discuss last night's Monday Night Raw from the Barclays Center. Opening segment, we saw, Brock Lesnar came out with Paul Heyman. They were talking about how Brock retained and how Brock was this warrior because he got carted off to the back and then he came back and he won. But then Braun Strowman comes out and just lays waste to Lesnar. And as we found out, or I think it's been posted on the WWE website, it looks like that's going to be the main event for the next Raw pay-per-view, is Braun Strowman challenging Brock Lesnar. Next, we had an Enzo and Cass Brooklyn street fight. And I remember it wasn't that long ago where people were like how Enzo was, one of the best guys on the mic, and he's cutting these promos like nobody's business. But I don't know, man. It's like I've just soured on the guy so much. I mean, to me, he's just annoying. So when Big Cass is beating the hell out of him, I'm good with it. But the big story coming out of this fight is that it looks like Big Cass is legit injured. He took a nasty bump to the outside and looks like his knee might be screwed because he was trying to go for the Empire Elbow and he couldn't even bounce off the ropes. Like it was legit. I don't think it's storyline at all. I think they've actually confirmed that he is actually injured. So hope best of luck to him. Hope he gets better back in the ring soon. Then the next segment, we had Emma, bitching and moaning about how, she deserved a shot against Alexa because, she could have beaten Sasha. And, if she had the easy route, she probably would have been in there, but she had to fight Nia. But then she's like how, Nia, ain't nothing special because all she is just Alexa's lackey. Lo and behold, Nia's right behind her. And then they end up having a match. Nia, Emma gets in a few spots, but, otherwise it's just Nia's straight domination and she ends up winning. Next, we have Elias. The former Elias Samson. I was worried that this guy would just get lost on the main roster because it's one of those things that I felt that his gimmick worked in NXT, but who knows how it's going to work on the main roster. But I'm really glad to see that this guy is getting the type of reaction that he's getting. He's a decent worker and he cuts a really good promo. So I just love how he comes out there and just runs down whatever town he's in. I hate Brooklyn. You people don't even want to live here. It's great. He ends up fighting R-Truth. He wins with the drift away. Match-wise, it was alright, but it was like a 3-minute match. Kurt Angle brings out John Cena. John Cena says how much he loves, he's back on Raw and all this. Then Roman Reigns comes out, and it looks like they're about to fight. But then Miz and the Miztourage come out, and Miz cuts this promo where he just runs down Roman and Cena. I was actually surprised that he actually got as much in on them as he did. They made the match. Samoa Joe ends up coming out, and same thing. He runs down Roman Reigns. How about how every time we fight 1-on-1, I own you. I thought that was really good. And then with John Cena, he's looked at him. He's like, and it's John Cena, and then he just started swinging. And then Miz and the Miztourage came in, and even 4-on-2, the faces ended up clearing the ring, and so they end up booking Miz and Joe against John Cena and Roman Reigns. Next, we had an 8-man cruiserweight tag match. The teams were Rich Swann, Cedric Alexander, Mustafa Ali, and Grand Metalik versus Drew Gulak, Noam Dar, Ariya Daivari, and Tony Nese. They got about 5 minutes. Well, at least that's how it felt. But, they were doing like 1,000 moves a minute. So, it was cool for what it was. Cedric ended up getting the pin with the lumbar check on Tony Nese. There's something really special about Cedric Alexander. If they push him right, this dude could be a star. It's just a matter of whether or not they allow him, to perform on that level. So Charlie Caruso is interviewing Neville in the back. He's cutting a good promo, just running down Tozawa and Titus. And then Titus and Tozawa come out and just basically say, how they got a rematch on 205 Live. And then we have a promo with Kurt Angle and Jason Jordan. Jason's saying how he wants to step up in competition, so he calls out Finn Balor. Then we get a segment where Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose are celebrating their tag team title win. The Hardys come out, and I'm really liking what they're doing with the Hardys because they're like halfway doing the broken gimmick. They're doing all like the mannerisms and all the catchphrases, but then actually in the costumes and everything. These guys had a really good 15-minute match. It was really good back and forth. Everyone got their moments in the shine. The finish came. Jeff hit the swanton, but then Dean got the knees up. Seth hit his. It's kind of like a combination of the Rainmaker and the V-Trigger. For those of you who watch New Japan, And then Seth turned it around and hit him with hit Jeff Hardy with the dirty deeds. Like I said, really good match. Wouldn't mind seeing it again. The Miz and the Miz Taraj are backstage in the locker room with Joe. Miz is telling him how everything's gonna go, and then Joe just gets up, tells him to shut up, and he pulls rank. He's like, "You're gonna do this." To Miz, he's like, "And you guys," to Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel, "You guys are gonna do this and this, and that's it." Great promo, really short to the point. I love it. Sasha comes out, cuts a promo about how, even though she's from Boston, she loves Brooklyn. The crowd eats it up. Alexa comes out, and I've been saying since day one, there's something really special about Alexa Bliss. She has almost like that AJ Lee appeal to her, that she gets it. She knows what it takes to be a heel. She knows, all the facial expressions, all the mannerisms, how to run down the crowd. Wow. You guys probably can't hear that, but there's like thunder outside. So they go back and forth, and it turns out we have Sasha versus Alexa for the women's title next week. Then we had Finn Balor versus Jason Jordan. Finn made Jason look good. He sold really well. He was putting Jason over as this powerhouse. I think the story is going to be that because he's inexperienced, that Jordan gets a little too crazy and then he ends up getting caught because he went for his shoulder block thing. Finn caught him, kicked him in the face, and Finn hit that running drop kick out of the corner. That it looked brutal because I think Jordan might have landed wrong because he hit those buckles all wrong, and then Finn ended up winning with the coup de grace. Our main event was John Cena and Roman Reigns versus The Miz and Samoa Joe. Same thing last night at Sunday night at SummerSlam. The crowd is going in for business for themselves, and during the match, Cena was playing to them. He started to wave at one point. Joe had at one point Joe has Cena in the clutch, and Roman comes to save him with the Superman punch, and Joe moves out the way at the last minute, and Roman catches John Cena. Joe goes outside with Roman, and The Miz tries to catch John Cena with the skull-crushing finale. Cena turns it around into the AA. Cena and Roman win, but you could visibly see John Cena selling his jaw. It wasn't a bad show, it just felt like a long show. And like I said, I love the New York crowd. The New York crowd is unpredictable to a degree. Like I said, they have no problem just, going into business for themselves, cheering whoever they want, booing whoever they want. And a lot of the times, it's not who the WWE wants you to boo and cheer. Next week looks to be interesting with the continued build of Strowman and Lesnar. And now we've confirmed that we have Sasha and Alexa for the women's title. All right, I'm going to be back a little later with a SmackDown review. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.